Welcome to the Coach's Couch. Are you tired of living the same life, the boring life, and wants to live at fullest potential? So, our guest for today is Performance Optimization Specialist. Now, if you're hearing this first time, then keep listening to the show to unreveal more about it. Let's welcome Pragnya on the Coach's Couch. Pragnya, tell our audience more about you and can you share about your journey where you are today?
Hi, Nighat. Thank you so much for having me here. So, hi, everybody. My pleasure to be here. And so basically, yeah, like Nighat said, I'm a performance optimization specialist. And what that means is I basically help people get better at what they do. So I help mid-career professionals who are basically stuck or who have, who have been in stagnated careers, and I help them move out of those to live balanced, happy, meaningful, fulfilled lives. Yeah, so that's what I do. And basically, I'm from India. I'm from the southern part of India, from a place called Bangalore. And I have been an IT professional for about 10 years. And then I decided that's not for me. And I moved on, picked up new skill sets and moved on to a different journey. And motherhood had a big role to play in that because that kind of changed perspectives of, what we are doing with our lives. And I moved to Dubai after I got married, and I'm here in Dubai now and started this practice, and I'm having a ball of a time.
Amazing. The child teach us more than the life teach us.
Oh, yes, absolutely agree.
So, Pragnya, what is coaching to you?
Good question. So, coaching to me is like a mirror. So coaching is basically a way to show you what you don't see about yourself. Yeah, that's as simple as I can put it.
Nice, short and crispy.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the role of a performance optimization specialist? Because this is a new niche with for a lot of people because people doesn't have any idea like how many coaches are there and what are their niches. Yeah.
Correct. All right. So performance optimization is basically like, okay, let's take it as an example. Now, suppose if we are a machine, right? So there are a lot of parts to this machine, correct? And that could be us, our lives, our people around us, everything. Now, for a beautiful life, for everything to work together, all these components have to work together.
Yeah.
Right, but sometimes there is some friction here and there is some misbalance, things are not in place, nuts and bolts are loose. So the performance optimization is about fixing all of that, is about just making sure the entire machine is well oiled and functions well. So to put it in other words, it's basically about giving you the tools and systems to improve the way you are working, the way you are living.
It sounds like you are human mechanics.
Yes, that's an interesting word. Yeah.
So, how long you have been in this role?
So I think it's been about 2 years now. Yeah, close to 2 years.
Mhm. And who comes in your target audience?
Target audience would be mid-career professionals.
Mhm.
So those especially who have been in a similar jobs for the past 4-5 years, and they don't see themselves doing the same thing in the future, but they want to grow from where they are. Either grow vertically or horizontally, wherever, but basically grow. Yeah.
Okay. And how can a performance coach help someone to live a break-free life, which the topic is all about?
Absolutely. Okay. So a performance coach basically helps you audit your life. Yeah. They basically work you through what are the things that are working for you, what are the things that are not working in your life, or what could be better. Right. And then, like I said, fixing those nuts and bolts here and there. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they basically bring you the audit in your life and help you get aware of your situation, because sometimes we don't even know what our actual challenges are. We may think we have one issue, but in reality it is actually something else that drives our behavior. So it's a lot of psychology, it's a lot of behind the scenes thinking that happens in our brains and in our lives. And it's a lot of beliefs that we hold as well. So all of these things start coming to light when you start working with a performance coach. So you start becoming more aware of things,
Mhm.
and then you start working towards setting intentions on how do you actually want it to be. Because once you know something, you either like it or you don't like it, right? So
That's
then
true.
if you don't like it, where do you want to go? right? So then we start setting intentions with whatever it is that the challenge is. Like, say, for example, you're unhappy at a job, or you're not able to get enough work-life balance, whatever it is. So once we start understanding what the real challenge is, we'll actually start setting intentions and moving forward to making it the way you want it to become.
So, could this be a kind of like time management, or you can help me out in my gym routine? What are the things you are included basically in your services?
Absolutely. Okay. So time management is a small concept. It's a small bit of the entire piece, right? So
Okay.
most of the time is not what needs to be managed. It's what we do with the time that needs to be managed, right? So it's about becoming aware of our thoughts and actions and behaviors, and definitely things like habits and rituals and discipline, building consistency. All of that come as part of this as well.
Okay. And what is mental health?
Mental health for me is, in one word, peace. It's about being at peace with who we are, where we are, with what we have, and just being there. Yeah.
And how do you support the mental health through performance optimization?
Okay, so see, mental health, when we look at it, is about when we get too worried or too caught up in ourselves, in our lives. So as a performance optimization, like I said, when we start increasing our awareness levels of what is happening, we actually start paying attention to things we can control, we can't control, and we start making it through the maze that we are stuck in. Right? So we give ourselves a lot of peace by knowing what we are able to control, and that's how we can keep our mental health in a healthy space when we work on our performance.
And how have you helped someone when you felt that this is my biggest achievement, and how your client or your coachee intend to follow that action plan?
Oh, okay. So I heard this from one of my client. Somebody in his work office told him, "You are such a changed person. Like, what are you doing? Like, everything about you is so different. You're not reacting the way you used to, and you're so much calmer, and you don't seem to be affected by things that are happening around you." And when he told me this, that for me was a true testament of what a performance coach can do for you. Because if you're able to just change yourself, people around you start noticing. And when I heard that, that made me feel like, wow, okay, something I did actually helped another person. So that was for me the cherry on top of the cake.
Okay, so it's time for wild entry question. Can a performance coach play a nutritionist or a dietitian role as well?
Okay, so nutrition and dietitian in itself is a big ocean. Yeah. So performance coach in technicality will not go into the details of what should be eaten, what should not be eaten. They will not be able to give you a diet plan, for example, right? But they will guide you towards how you can build an effective plan that works for you. Yes.
So
But of
it's
course,
like,
if you ask me proteins and fats and stuff, then I would probably not be the right person for that. So nutritionist is an entirely different genre.
so it's like you keep them just motivated to follow that plan, but you can make that plan.
Absolutely.
It's
In a
like
way,
this.
yes.
Okay, now I understand. What areas of a life optimization coach covers basically?
Right. So see, optimization coach can cover every aspect of your life, right? But I'm more focused on your work and the impact the work has on the rest of your life, right? So we work through, your habits, your routines, your goal setting. We work through so many aspects of, where are your beliefs coming from and stuff like that. But primarily, what it does is helps you build systems and processes to make sure you stick to your plans, because it's very easy for us to make plans and they just go, life happens, and oh, this did not happen, right? Like you say, I will do something, but something else happened and you end up not doing it, and then you go, oh, okay, I can never do it. Correct. Or if we're starting to like, say for example, you want to start going to the gym or doing any form of exercise, then you'll go 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and then the energy fizzles out after a time, and then you lose it. And it's not about motivation. When you have motivation, you'll start something, but it actually takes consistency and dedication to actually follow through on that motivation. So that's what the performance optimization helps you build, the system and the foundations for you to make sure you sustain that. So even if you do fall off the horse in the figurative speech, you can still, get back on it.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you do that, and how fast can you bounce back when you do bounce off, right? So it's about changing your lifestyle to make you a very consistent person in general. So this can be with anything from your food, your work, your exercise, or just some, side businesses you want to start, whatever it is. So it depends on, what part of it do you actually want to
Mm-hmm.
optimize.
You just remind me the part when I was doing basically the NLP. So there were two kind of people who are in the world. One is the thinkers who can imagine and prepare the things and plan out things really well, and the others are the implementers. They don't think really well, but they don't know how to put that blueprint in the real picture or in real world. So,
Absolutely.
who is the easiest one to work? The thinkers or the implementers?
We need a bit of both. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think you can implement without thinking, because then you'll just be running around, in all directions without progressing in the right one. Then you'll end up in a situation where you've struggled really hard and you've worked up to climb a mountain, and then you realize, oh, I climbed the wrong mountain.
Yeah.
So that would happen. And if you do all the thinking and never do any implementation, well, that's just exhausting and it's a waste of all the thinking. So we need a bit of both, and performance optimization gets you that balance between the two. It puts the thinking elements in place, it puts the implementation in place.
Mm-hmm. And if like I'm a good thinker, I have nice plans and everything, but I don't know how to put that plan in real picture or like in real components. So can you help me in that part as well?
Absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
first off, it is about starting on those plans, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
also work backwards from, okay, where is the plan coming from? Why
Mm-hmm.
is that plan important to you? Right? In that case, we start building up your motivation ground up to
Mm-hmm.
understand what it is that is driving you towards these plans. Because if you are setting plans because somebody else set it for you, then
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to be able to stick to it. And
Yeah.
that's a challenge a lot of people do face. Like they say, oh, I need to get that next promotion, I need to buy that car, I need to buy this house, I need to get married, I need to have, my next child. But do you really want it, or is it, the societal pressure that you are succumbing to?
I want to get married because I want to
Yeah.
have a baby. It reminds me of how much pressure in our Asian culture we have, like get married, get married, get married, even though you are not ready, even though
Absolutely.
might be sometimes you are not in that situation to do it, but yeah, the society pressure makes us to do these things.
Absolutely.
And I guess that's the one of the reason as well that most of the people get demotivated or burn out in their lives after turning 30s, like 30, 35. I feel a lot of
Yes.
clients are coming from that age now. I used to think like
Yes.
once you turn 40, it might be that time the people start thinking how the life will, but nowadays the age is starting from 30 and plus.
Absolutely. Yeah. It used to be called midlife crisis, but it's
Mhm.
actually not a midlife crisis. It's just like an
Mhm.
awakening that happens where
Mhm.
you re-question what you are doing and does it
Yeah.
actually, matter in life. And like you
Mhm.
said, especially in Asian cultures, we have that, I don't know, it's just a mindset, or it's something that we just are born with, that, you have to go to school, study hard, get a degree, get married, go to work, have
Mhm.
children, buy a house, buy a car. It's just, that timeline of what
Mhm.
success means to
Yeah.
people. That is very societal, yes.
Yeah.
And that's why
We are
most
in the
people,
loop. We
yeah,
are
exactly. And
living in
we're
the
just
loop.
in the loop. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, work, and that's all
Yeah.
we end up
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what a performance optimization will help you do, is to break that loop.
Mhm. And I guess I need you to have a lot of workshop for our parents now to break this chain.
Absolutely.
Eat,
I would
sleep,
love
and
that.
go back to your work.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So when should a person contact a performance optimization coach?
Okay. When we are stuck in a jar, like when we are inside a jar, for example, we can never see what the label is on the jar, right? It's always going to be backwards. So if you step out of the jar, you can actually read it. Okay. So if you feel like you're stuck in a jar and you don't know what's happening, or you just need a different perspective, you want to get unstuck, or you want to get out of a jar, that's when you come to a performance coach.
Is that jar for Aladdin or Genie?
Could be. See, at the end of the day, it's all a wish, when we want to have something and we wish for it, we can actually work towards making it happen. And yes, then life is a genie.
Nice. So you can be a genie for Aladdin's in
Yes.
UAE. Okay, so Pragni, I just want to know how coaching have changed your own life.
Oh my God, it has changed me in so many ways. I think coaching others helps me become a better person, first of all. So, it may be done with an intention of helping people or to serve people, but at the end of the day, it is us who is benefiting, right? So when I'm coaching other people, I'm constantly, questioning my own thought patterns, my own beliefs come to light, my own perspectives about life. I start becoming aware of all of these things, that though I may know, I may not know sometimes, but with every coaching session, I become, more aware of how I am operating as a person. So that's what it does to me, and it makes me a better person.
Nice. So you have first changed yourself, and the same time, when you're teaching someone, you even get opportunities to learn.
Absolutely. Oh my God, it's a endless learning journey, and I love it.
Yeah. So what advice you would like to give to our audience today?
All right. So where do we spend most of our work in a day? Sorry.
Office?
Where
Where's
do
the
we
time?
spend? Yeah, sorry. So where do we
Correct.
spend most of our time in a day? Yeah, at work,
Yeah.
whether at home or at office or whatever,
Yeah.
at work. And yet we listen to statistics such as 67% of people are disengaged in their jobs. We listen to the number one regret that people have on their deathbed is, I wish I did not work so hard, right? And yet we spend so much of our lives doing it. Then we need to become more intentional and aware of what we are doing, why we are doing, how we are doing our work. And when, especially because we spend so much time doing it, it's clearly something is not working, right? Because if we are spending so much time working in our jobs, then we should be enjoying it, they should be adding value to our lives, they should be enriching our lives. And if they are not, then that's a cue for you to take some action.
And what action should be there?
Get help.
Okay. So before closing today's session, I would like to know how people can contact you or approach you.
Right, so I am on Instagram or Facebook with the handle Perform at Best. That's PERFORMATBEST. So you can find me on Instagram or Facebook with that, or you can send me on an email on peggy.performatbest@gmail.com. That's
Perfect.
PEGGY.performatbest. Yeah.
Perfect. So I will just add this email ID on your bio as well, so people can contact you. Pragnya is available on LinkedIn as well. So the people who are listening us on the LinkedIn, they can directly contact her there as well and see her post everywhere, like how she is helping the people. So thanks a lot, Pragnya, having you on board basically. And it was nice listening how you are helping and changing people's lives and their perspective on daily basis, basically. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. It was